Mets will roll out their opening day starter Freddie Peralta for his third go-round. He was terrific against the Cardinals his last time out. The Diamondbacks will have their ace, Zach Gallen, on the mound. He completely dominated the Mets in 2 starts last year. I don't know if there's a connection. Early in the season, Lindor was not chasing at all. He had one of the lowest chase rates of his career, and just in the last 2 games, since Soto's been out, he's been chasing everything. When he pulls one through the hole, a base hit. So Lindor, after going 0 for 10 the last 2 games, got on that fastball and yanked it through the hole for a leadoff single. Here's Bo Bichette, who had a nice bounce-back series in San Francisco.
The defense right there, playing him up the middle. I would never give Bichette that much of the right side.
And that's where he hits it, right through that right side. Prophetic, Keith. Lindor pulls in at second, so back-to-back singles for the Mets. Well, Gallen last year made 2 starts against the Mets, allowed just 2 hits in each of them, and now he's given up 2 hits to the first 2 batters. Jorge Polanco, the batter. The third baseman, Arenado, comes in on the grass as though he's expecting a bunt.
Really?
And he slashes one the other way. Arenado can't come up with it cleanly, and that'll load the bases. Well, Arenado makes that play 9 times out of 10, but that time could not squeeze it, and it's an infield hit for Polanco to load the bases. So Gallen has been 2 strikes on all 4 hitters he's faced. Lindor, Bichette, and Polanco each getting 2 strike hits. Now it's 1-2 to Robert, and Luis goes down swinging, and that's the first out for Gallen.
Big out right there, but he's not out of the woods yet.
Here's Brett Beatty with the bases loaded and 1 out. Beatty flies one out to left center. That'll get a run in. Lindor tags. Thomas steps in front of Barossa to make the catch. Lindor comes down the line to score. Brett Beatty with a sacrifice fly. 1-0 New York.
Center field, AT broke back, and now he's under it. So Gallen, bases loaded, no outs, gives up just the 1. Diamondbacks, after 1, trail it in New York. 1-0.
You got something going right now. You got an error, you got a walk, you got a couple guys on.
Second walk given up by Peralta, who had walked only 2 batters total in his first 2 starts. Now the Diamondbacks, you expect to score runs. They have not yet. They're 13th this year in the National League in runs scored, and they've scored 2 or fewer in 6 of their 10 games. Barossa bunts one in front of the plate. Alvarez quickly on it and throws him out at first. He'll get credit for a sacrifice, but it's not really a sacrifice situation.
No.
As he makes the second out. 2 in scoring position now for Marte with 2 out. Swing and a miss. He got him with the changeup. So Peralta works out of trouble in the second. That's his second strikeout.
He trails this one 1-0 behind on Marcus Semien, another new Met. And this is foul ground, third base side. Arenado is got it. Nolan with a basket catch.
There's a reason he's got 10 of those gold ones on his mantle.
This is not a day to try and field a pop-up.
No. And you could tell, like, even Zach Gallen running over there trying to get in the mix says you're going to need backup everywhere.
Yeah, that's inside ball 4. So Gallen's first walk of the day, a 2-out pass to Alvarez in the second.
So 2 outs, Alvarez at first. Lineup card turns over for the leadoff man, Francisco Lindor.
Lindor drives one out to right, chasing Carroll back, and he can't get it. It's 1 hop against the wall. Alvarez to third. He's going to be held up there, but then it gets loose, and Alvarez will score. Lindor goes to third, and it's 2-0 New York. Tim Leeper put up the stop sign, but the ball trickled past Ketel Marte, trying to cut it off in shallow right field. And Alvarez scampers home with the second Met run.
And that's got to be a double and an E9 on the throw. Poor throw. Fundies.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Peralta to start the 5th.
Well, the word has clearly not made it to the Diamondback dugout, but it is a heavy dosage of changeups from Peralta, and it's a blend of changeups in the strike zone and then the changeups that fall out of the strike zone.
One thing they're doing well is driving up the pitch count, probably close to 90 pitches, but you think that'd be a good recipe against an ace, but this Met bullpen has been locked down early on.
And that's just beyond a diving Vientos, and Corbin has a 2-out single.
Just the 3rd hit against Peralta, all singles. 3rd walk given up by Peralta. So now the tying runs are on base with 2 out.
Peralta looks at his dugout, puts the hand down, says, come on, let me get one more. I got this. The tough spot for a manager. If Peralta is able to get out here from Moreno, he looks like a genius. If Moreno gets a base hit and gives up a run or 2, and Mendoza all of a sudden plays the role of the fool.
Peralta's given up just 3 singles, but he's walked 3, and he's had a lot of full counts, so he's run up his pitch count. Now about to get to 100 pitches for the first time this year. And the curveball hit him, and that'll load the bases.
And Peralta hands on his head as he looks over to his dugout, and Carlos Mendoza says, I don't care what you think, you're done.
Give you your chance. 2-out walk and a hit by pitch.
Struck out the first 2 batters in the inning, but a single, a walk, and a hit by pitch load him up. And Brazoban will be coming in.
And the Diamondbacks, who have scuffled for any kind of offense in this thing, have a chance right here to tie it up. Corbin Carroll, the runner at third base. Geraldo Perdomo, the tying run at second. Gabriel Moreno, the go-ahead run at first. Peralta responsible for all 3. Del Castillo, the hitter. He's the DH. He's 0 for 2.
1-2 coming. Fastball, got him looking. Side retired.
Challenge. I think it's a strike.
Del Castillo is going to challenge the call.
It's close, Gare. Nope.
It was a ball.
Just missed.
Wow.
Just missed.
That is a perfect time to challenge. Such a high leverage situation.
Absolutely.
And the call is overturned. He's still alive now as strike 3 becomes ball 2. Del Castillo lines it to right. It's down for a hit. Corbin will score. Here comes Perdomo. He will score. Adrian Del Castillo has tied it up with his first hit this year. That's 4 consecutive who have reached with 2 outs. Adrian Del Castillo took the chance, won the challenge, and turned it into a strikeout into a 2-run game-tying single.
So now Nolan Arenado, who's 0 for 2, he's lined out and grounded out.
Broken bat flare, left center field, tricky play. No one can get there. That's down for a hit. Arenado sprints for second because there's no infielders left, and he is in there standing with a go-ahead RBI double.
5 consecutive have reached, all with 2 outs. And it's an RBI. It's 3-2 Diamondbacks. Gallen has allowed 5 hits, but only 2 since the 3rd batter of the game. The first 3 Met batters in the first reached on singles. They've had 2 hits since then.
Oh, nice shutdown inning chance for Gallen. Pitching with the lead here.
Called strike 3. Gallen rings him up with a fastball. He caught him looking and strands that 2-out walk.
Jorge Polanco leads off the bottom of the 8th for New York with the Mets down 3-2. And he lines one into center field for a base hit. So the Mets with their first hit since the 4th inning. Polanco, a leadoff single, his 2nd straight 2-hit game. Line toward the middle, pass Perdomo into center field. Tiller around second, and the throw will go to second base. Barossa thought about throwing to third, but to make sure he kept the double play in order, he threw it into second. And the Mets now have the tying run at third with 1 out. Now Jared Young is going to bat for Mark Vientos. Vientos is on a hot bat, but so has Young, who had a 3-hit game, the first of his career in San Francisco over the weekend. Mets haven't scored since the 2nd inning. They've had only 2 hits since the 2nd inning. 2-1 coming. Fly ball out to right center. That'll tie the game at least. Back goes Carroll in front of the warning track. He makes the catch. Taylor comes in to score the tying run. Sacrifice fly for Jared Young. And the Mets get even 3-3 in the 8th. So the Mets get Freddie Peralta off the hook. Now here's Marcus Semien with Beatty at first and 2 out. And he flies one out to center field. Barossa eases back. And that retires the side, but the Mets get even. Jared Young with the pinch hit sac fly. It's 3-3 after 8. Jared Young, after hitting the game-tying sacrifice fly, stays in the game at first base, and Devin Williams will come on to pitch against the top of the batting order.
Poked out to short right. Beatty won't get there, and Marte's aboard his 2nd hit today. And the go-ahead run is on to start the 9th.
0-2 to Carroll. Struck him out. Set him up with the changeup, blew him away with the fastball, 1 man down.
Fastball upstairs, too.
That's in the air to deep right field, but playable for Beatty as he drifts back and makes the catch just in front of the warning track. 2 out.
Gabby has walked. He's been hit by a pitch and scored. And a 2-out double in the 7th. Gabby bloops it just above the glove of Lindor, and they're still alive in the 9th inning. Moreno aboard for the 4th time today.
So 2 out and 2 on. And now Adrian Del Castillo, who has the biggest hit in this game, A 2-run single in the 5th that tied things up. Struck him out. 3 fastballs by Devin Williams. Sit down. Side retired. Mets will have 8, 9, and 1 in their order coming up. Benj, Alvarez, and Lindor against Kevin Ginkel.
Right field, Corbin. This has got some carry to it. It's still going, and a sliding grab by Barossa, who comes over from center field to haul it in, just shy of the wall. Jorge Barossa, what a catch.
And that's with taking Thomas out. You have enough confidence that Barossa can play a center. He runs such a long way.
Kevin Ginkel, your thoughts? Nice. 2 outs for Lindor, who has singled and doubled.
Slider, swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the inning is over. And the Mets and Diamondbacks are headed to extras, tied at 3.
Arenado 5 for 10 with 2 home runs in his career against Weaver. And he pops this one up into shallow right center. Semien backpedaling. 1 out.
Doesn't advance the runner.
So Fernandez, the pinch runner, still at second. And now Weaver with a smoother path to try and get through this inning.
Vargas lines it to center, but it's right at Luis Robert Jr. And again, Fernandez has to stay put.
Hit it a little too good. A changeup that I thought off the bat had a chance to bloop in.
Luke Weaver trying to put up a 0 in the top of the 10th. It's 3-2 on Tim Tawa. Struck him out! Weaver fans Tawa, and he strands the free runner. And now the Mets will have a chance to win it at the bottom of the 10th. The former Met Paul Sewald is on to pitch. Bo Bichette, the batter.
Swinging a one-hopper. Diving Marte at second has it. Rises to his feet. Throws short, but it's picked by Vargas for the out.
What a play by Marte.
And Eric Backus moving pretty well out there in a freezing cold night. Watch the second base umpire. Look out. And what a play by Cattell.
So Mauricio just called up today to replace Soto on the roster. I would think that pitch to Mauricio. Mauricio's done a nice job in his brief career as a pinch hitter, 4 for 8. The infield comes in, the outfield comes in. A fly ball could win the game. And Mauricio drives it to right field. That'll win the game. Ronnie Mauricio's first at bat of the season is a walk-off hit in the bottom of the 10th inning. And the Mets win it 4-3.
Oh, wow. How wonderful for that young man.